right? So this kid was on his scooter, and I don't think he realized how steep the hill was. I felt so bad for him because he got scared. You could hear him yelling down the street.
Hey, Jacob,
I don't know how to stop
I'm in
him.
Lakeview. Let's grab a
Oh my God,
beer.
I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. But yeah, that incident made me think of you because I was like, these people with these scooters.
Yeah, the scooters is not fun if you know where you're going. California, we have a lot of hills and downhills. So it kind of kills the battery if you keep going uphill. And it depends. So I put the link in the chat for you guys. Wa alaikum assalam. Even the IDF is not safe. They were slashing the IDF police, cars in the West Bank, and it was done by the settlers. So the disgusting settlers are not even safe for. I mean, even the IDF is not safe. So this is what it's doing, right? The Zionism, it's eating itself. The settlers beating the fucking IDF West Bank. So if they can do this to the IDF, can you imagine what kind of shit that they do to the Palestinians?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think a couple of IDF soldiers went and told the Haaretz that they were ordered to shoot Palestinians when they were going to get food, even though they weren't armed or anything like that. And we're also hearing that they're putting drugs inside of the food.
Yep, they're doing a whole bunch of shit, man. It's just, it's sad. I wish they wouldn't, they wouldn't be, hey, what's up, Pearl, everybody, welcome, you guys want to come on up? It's up to you, just unmute your mic, sweet. TJ, and then relate to the whole Iran thing, we're going to see what happens with the Iran. The Iranian foreign minister came out. He told Trump he's going to have to tone it down to, if you want to engage in the nuclear conversation about the nuclear program. Otherwise, you can go F off. And this is what I don't get, right? Anybody that the West doesn't like or West has a problem with, they sort of like spread this narrative that this country is a terrorist, this country is a terrorist, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's crazy. So that's what it is. But anyways, so the settlers' crime, I mean, it involves a whole bunch of shit, I mean, you guys will, I'll put the video in the chat. The Israeli settlers even, hey, what's up, Goita, long time no talk, the kind of crimes that the Israeli settlers do in the West Bank, right? Elbowing an elderly lady, coming in, taking over the property, taking over people's houses, sheep, dogs, cats. They treat animals like shit, right? They're into bestiality. They even have, Israeli settler going around raping cats. Right, the beheading the cats, literally burning it alive, and throwing the cats up the ceiling of the building, and they have the cat kicking contest. These kids. Hey, what's up, Ace and everybody? If you guys want to come on up, unmute and come on up.
Hear that there's reports of the ceasefire breaking, and just 2 minutes ago, there's reports of the defense missile system, the radars going off into West Tehran. 20 minutes ago.
Of course.
Are they really?
Of course.
Well, it's just happening, so I don't know if it's been confirmed, but 20 minutes ago, I think someone was also talking about it just now, and I saw the videos, so let's see.
I think I heard something about Israel was telling the Iranians to give them their uranium. I thought the United States of America destroyed their uranium. So
no, they didn't. But Amir,
I know. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But Amir, remember you said that whenever there's a court date coming up, he does something. So Monday he has a court date, and the court refused to give him an extension. If this attack is legit, your theory is verified.
But Ace, did you see that report? Trump demands that
the court case should be closed against Netanyahu. Did you see that?
Yep, I saw that. Interesting.
But,
You
but
know
this
what?
Haaretz
Apparently
report
Trump
is,
thinks he runs the world. He thinks he runs the entire world.
yeah. This Haaretz reports on IDF ordering its soldiers to kill Palestinians. I think that seems to be very true, and that has hit Israel very badly. Now they have announced that they will investigate this matter, but they have never investigated any of the matters against IDF. No charges against IDF have ever been properly investigated and found anyone guilty. If you remember, the Hind Rajab case is still being investigated after nearly 15 months of that incident happening. So IDF is investigating itself it's a joke actually. I believe there are up to 500 civilians. 8 seekers have so far been killed while trying to get aid. And the BBC has a very nice article on that. What BBC says is that these civilians are supposed to see, previously they had about 408 distribution centers spread all over Gaza when the UN was monitoring it, when the UN was handling it. Now I believe they have less than half a dozen aid centers. And these are all 8 centers where the civilians have been ordered not to come in. That is, these are military zones. And if any civilian comes in, by mistake also, he can be shot at. That's the rule that Israel has over those areas, military zones. They are called military zones. And all these 8 centers are now set up in the military zones, and the civilians are asked to walk into the military zones and get the aid. And sometimes they have to walk up to 5 to 10 kilometers to come and get the aid. And since they are in the military zones, those who are manning the crowd, they carry weapons and they use it. Yesterday somebody said that there's a controversy on the Haaretz report. Somebody said that the Hebrew version of Haaretz says that the soldiers were asked to shoot towards the Palestinians. But the point is, even if you shoot towards the Palestinians, it's like shooting at the Palestinians. So these are all things that are happening over there. So the aid, and the UN has also come out strongly and said that we also distributed food, but we did not have to use arms and ammunition to control the crowds. So why does Israel need to control the crowds using arms and ammunition? Which is a valid point, actually. Which is a valid point. Yes, they are savages. Goes without saying. Did you also see that?
Have you seen that they're putting opioids in the aid affairs? Have you seen that as well?
No,
I haven't seen that article. I've heard of it, but can you give me a link, Teddy?
Yes.
I saw it on Twitter, but I didn't see any article. Yes, you can share.
Yeah. If anybody want to come on up, you guys are welcome to come on up. There's, let's see, what do we have today to talk about? The settlement attack. What'd you say?
Israel attacking Iran right now?
I don't know if that's true. We're gonna have to wait and see if they did do that,
I just said just put a link in the chat about the opioid being discovered in the aid in Gaza.
Yeah, thank you, Teddy.
So they're lacing a flour. Looks like flour. It's a photo of someone holding flour, and then the pills are in the flour.
It's disgusting, really. It's disgusting.
There's the explosions. I'm seeing the video right now on the Iran thing. There are explosions in Iran. I don't know if it's a false flag or.
What day is it today? 28. Is today the day that anonymous group said there was going to be an attack on some country?
That's very specific.
Yeah, they had a countdown. They literally had a countdown.
Today's the 27th. Well, for me, for you, it's probably.
Well, it's the 28th. 28th, my time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they literally had a countdown to say there's going to be an attack.
On what country?
They said America. I don't know if they said. I think they said America, maybe, but.
Oh, Iran?
But actually, no. That no, the anonymous.
New York.
The anonymous.
Florida. Make it Florida. Near Maryland.
And then I did actually read somewhere about Iran actually informed America of some attack. Iran had intel on an attack happening within America.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yes. In D.C. Go ahead, Faith.
Yeah, no. You go ahead, Edward. If you have the details, share it. I read that too.
So Iran came out and warned the U.S. about an impending attack on a possible bomb attack on Washington, D.C. That was a few days ago, like maybe 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And they came out just to make sure that the U.S. knows that it's not them that's doing it. And I think they gave details, and they said that it's Zionist tied. This is what Iran said.
Yeah, I pointed this out a couple. I think after the end of the Iran war, a bunch of Zionists had talked about bombing Washington.
Did you see the video of that guy? That extreme guy?
You did, and I did hear that. I did hear that.
With Jews.
Here we go again, Devin.
Can I say salam alaikum?
This guy come up here, bro. Who brings you up here?
Amir, you have a
Devin, get the fuck out of my stage. Get off my fucking stage, bitch. Get lost. Son of a bitch. Get lost.
Amir, I think you have a set so that anybody could come up.
Yeah, I turned it up. So he can have to raise his hand. Go fuck
so,
you.
salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Faiz, assalamu alaikum, and Teddy.
Walaikum assalam.
But that Devin guy just says the same thing over and over again. It's like he's on repeat.
It's funny, Amir just like, get off, like he's shooing away a fly or an ant or something, or a cockroach. Get off.
That is a fly, bro. That is a fucking fly. Every 2 seconds, and Sana, you want to hate the Jews? Like, bro, what are you on about? You're not even Jewish.
So this attack, quadcopters, 2 of them that got intercepted by Iran's air defense. I don't know what that means per se. Ace brought it up. It just happened like a half an hour ago.
So, I don't know, Edward, did you hear about the foreign minister of Iran told Trump, stay in your lane, respect Khamenei, otherwise, if you want to talk about the nuclear thing, otherwise...
No, but that would make sense. Respect us, respect our leader, and then we could talk, which is should be a statement that doesn't need to be made, but when it comes to brown people, you have to make this statement to white people. No offense to white people. I'm not racist against white people. I'm just saying.
I think the white people don't have self-respect.
Regarding the white and the brown thing, Edward, I was watching an interview of Jordan Peterson, and he says the Arabs don't deserve the oil wealth. The oil shouldn't be with the Arabs. Can you imagine?
Well, too bad. It is.
It is.
And he was, so he, Is he now an atheist because he was a Christian before?
No, this is the same guy. Jordan Peterson is the same guy that went on like what is that Jubilee or whatever as like one Christian versus like 10 atheists, and then says he's an atheist and he was never a Christian, so they had to change the title, and he just got roasted by all 10 atheists.
Oh yeah, that's a young student, right? Who won? Yeah, I saw that.
JB, do you want to come on up?
So God gave the Arabs the oil. You know, God gave the Jews Israel. God gave the Arabs oil. Unless you cherry pick what God gives to everybody.
JB, come on up, man. Come on up. Let's have a conversation instead of running away, man. Come on.
Oh, Shimmy?
JB has changed. He has changed a little bit of his position. You know, he doesn't agree with certain things and relate to Israel. Let's hear you out. Come on, man. Instead of like sitting in the audience, right? I know, look, people have told you what you have said in healthy debates. You are calling out your own people. No, not today? Okay, maybe next time.
You want to know a story from the Bible?
Oh, no. There goes my IQ.
That's okay. It's okay, Fatima.
No, it's
There
about
goes my
Israel,
IQ.
bro.
No, you said it earlier. We heard you.
It's about Israel.
No, but you
It's
said it
about
earlier.
Jacob.
Don't say it again. You said it earlier. Thank you.
Can I?
No, we know God gave us.
leave it.
No, I just
We're
want
not
to make
gonna pull out the words.
Go ahead, let her say her story. Let her say her story.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me
Go ahead, Fatima.
something. Let me tell you something. Okay, let me tell you something. You know, Abraham, he had like no Isaac. Isaac is the father of Israel, right? Jacob. But you know they had twins, Esau and Jacob. So Esau was the oldest twin, and the oldest twin was promised the land that was promised to Abraham and the covenant. You want to know something? You want to know what Jacob did? Jacob stole his his birthday, because his brother Esau was hungry. So his sad little hungry brother said, "Okay, Israel, Jacob," and he gave it to him. Then Abraham asked him to do something. I thought it was something with food, and then he will get the blessing. So Esau went outside, and Jacob heard that. So Jacob quickly did the same thing and went to Isaac, but Isaac was old and blind, and he came in the room, and then Isaac wanted to feel his hand to know if it was really Jacob or Israel, and he believed him. So Israel was from the start already a thief. He stole the land that was promised to Esau. I'm not kidding. This is in the Bible.
Really? It's in the Bible.
Yeah, so Israel, Jacob had a twin
I'm being
brother.
sarcastic. I mean,
No, this is not
it's in
sarcastic.
the Bible.
This is not
No,
sarcastic.
But Fatima, I mean, I think you got most of the story right, but not completely. But we know that's in the Bible. That is like, you know, he felt his arm, and his arm was not hairy like his brother's arm, and so he put hair on it or something. I don't know. But that story, I mean, that's in the Bible. It's a common story that people talk about.
No, it's just funny because you see what they do now. Israel has always been a thief. Jacob was always deceiving from the start.
So, Emir, Monday, Netanyahu's trial commences again.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Every time there's a trial, he goes crazy before he does some sort of attack. This is what I've observed, and this is what's happening right now. And this is what some of the people on Twitter Spaces agree with this.
But Edward, did you see that news that Trump wants all the cases against Netanyahu be withdrawn? The court cases
he can't, Brother Fayaz, because of the Attorney General, and it's for the Israeli people to decide, not for Trump.
Yeah, I know that, but he makes these statements, funny statements, you know.
He's an idiot, man.
Yeah, but we shouldn't underestimate the power of an American president's comments when it comes to another country like that. It just empowers the people in Israel to do things that because from what I understand, Netanyahu is submitting a report to the president, and the president is supposed to, and this is by Israeli laws, is either to accept or decline, reject or decline the proposal. It doesn't mean that the president makes a decision. He just makes a decision only that this can be considered, and then it goes to the court for consideration. So the recommendation of the president would be what Netanyahu needs, and if he gets that, then he could take it to the court. We don't know what would happen in the court if they would decide to, minimize his crimes or his indictments. There's a getting it done.
That was right. Eagle said they're offended by Trump's statement because he's a criminal. You see what I'm saying? And he's a criminal to the Israelis. He's probably not a criminal to the American president, but he's a criminal to the Israelis.
Yep.
And they want to bring him to justice.
But Igal is the president of Israel. Isn't he like the lapdog of Netanyahu? That's the only thing that concerns me.
Did you guys read that news a day ago that one of the Cyprus ministers, government minister from Cyprus, he has now raised an alarm that Israelis are buying land in Cyprus in big numbers. There are about 70,000 Israelis right now in Cyprus, and he is afraid that they are going to occupy the land, and he has been vocal about it. His name is Stefano. I think he's an opposition leader.
Yeah, I did hear on that. I did hear that on TikTok, but I couldn't find any articles about it.
Yeah.
I saw that says 2021 actually, and Bibi was very instrumental in it, in encouraging property.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while.
I think they're doing that in Thailand too, to be honest with you.
They're doing that in India too. We have a state called Himachal and another state called Sikkim. The Himachal is in the Himalaya, in the mountains, and at any given time there are a few villages over there which are awash with Israelis, and they are kind of leasing out properties, and basically these are all dens for drugs. So these Israelis bring drugs and they do drugs over there, and there are areas within Himachal where Indians cannot go. Literally they cannot go because the whole area is kind of occupied by them already. So this is raising alarm bells. And Thailand recently said that there's a particular region of Thailand, in the north of Thailand, where Israelis are, in big numbers. I think up to 100,000 over there. And they are buying up properties, they are occupying, and the thing is, they do not pay the restaurants that are run by the domestic people, locals. So there's always some skirmish over there. So in fact, Thai government called the ambassador of Israel and told them that they will have to restrict the visas or impose new conditions to issue visas to Israelis if the Israelis continue to do these things, illegal things in Thailand. This happened a few months ago.
You know what cities or towns in Thailand?
I read it. I'll let me access if I can find it. I'll just get back.
I'd be interested because sex trafficking is really big in Thailand.
Yeah.
Especially underage.
In fact, in Bangkok, I believe they refused to pay the lady boys after getting their service, and that blew up. The Israelis refused to pay.
Yeah, I read stories. You don't want to mess with the Thai. Even the women I was like on YouTube. I was following, actually this American or no, British. He was British, older man. He he was an expat in Thailand for like 40 years, and he had multiple bars. We could bars so that he had women that he could rent and everything. So he did the whole thing, and he was his whole channel was telling about the various stories, and a lot of the stories were men from the West come and go to the bar, and sometimes they'll make fun of a girl, or not treat her respectfully according to Thai culture. And then next thing you know, the girls will corner the guy and beat the shit out of him outside when he leaves. This is pretty common in Thailand. They don't play around. They don't.
They don't let you mess around. I mean, there are. I've been to Thailand, Edward, and in the night time when you walk across these streets, the famous streets, the streets that are famous for these things. I mean, you really can feel scared, Even if you're simply walking across the street, anytime a brawl can get started. People will start running, hitting. So it's really not, if people looking for service alone are supposed to go there. If you're just going for a walk in the night, that's not the area where you should go.
Yeah, I haven't been. I would love to visit Thailand, actually. It sounds like a very,
It has beautiful beaches,
Yeah.
Really nice beaches, greenery and so on.
Bitches or beaches first?
When it comes to fairs, I think beach, yeah.
Yeah. My pronunciation is...
No.
Ask Ariel.
Yeah, very true.
And so is Teddy's pronunciation different.
Yeah, there's nice bitches on the beach.
Oh, they have like scuba diving and snorkel diving, whatever it's called. And they have a lot when it comes to nature. And they're like subtropical, so I've never really been to a subtropical area. Florida, I think, is supposed to be subtropical, but I think that's on the outer edge.
I do want to add this as well. So we have the U.S. talks with Pakistan on durable peace between Israel and Iran. Congressman about this because Pakistan has a nuclear right. They did give a threat to Israel if they were to use the nuclear on Iran, and there was nuke Israel. By the way, Israel is a teeny bitty place. I don't know. It'd be fairly easy for any country to nuke Israel.
Yeah, and the thing the Palestinians don't have to worry about is Israel using nukes on them because it's so close that it'll end up killing their own people.
Daniel is here. Daniel, what do you think? The settlers are attacking their own soldiers, so Zionism is eating itself. Now it's starting in the West Bank, beating the IDF, slashing their tires. Isn't that crazy?
Daniel hasn't been around for a while. I'll answer for Daniel. I'll answer for Daniel. Daniel would say, Amir, what are settlers? Define settlers first.
There you go. It's mentioned in terms of Israel. Who are the settlers? What are mentioned in terms of Israel?
Anything you say to that guy, it's not true. He tells you what's actually true. It's great.
And then
Edward, the name of the place in Thailand is Pai, P-A-I, Pai. I've shared that article in the chat. Pai.
Hold on, let me check GPT real quick.
You know, this morning they were really mad at the Jews in New York City. They called them traitors.
Who for
Okay.
why? Because Mamdani won? Is that why?
Yeah, because Mandani is the Democratic nominee to go for mayor.
Yeah, I saw that.
They were so mad. This one, I went into their room, but I lowered the volume because I hate all their voices, right? I'm sure they were pissing me out. I hate what's his name? Shuki sounds like someone like put something down his vocal cords sounding like that.
He's just so big.
He just sounds horrible.
It's funny that when you look at his photo, you can actually he's got a necklace on, and you can actually see how hanging down, like how much his chin hangs down. Like, you know, that's so funny.
Oh wow!
Did you put his picture up?
No, it's not his picture. You can see he hasn't realized. You can see.
I think I have his picture.
You can see his chin, like in the when he's got his necklace on, right? That's the. Either the chains are very big, or like.
Yeah, they were so mad. They were just so mad this morning. I went in the thing and just started. Oh, why you so mad? Like, come on, man. Why can't a Muslim be mayor? What's wrong with a Muslim being mayor? They were like, fuck New York City. I said, first of all, New York City is like the most populated city in the United States. It's actually the most powerful city in the United States. Second is Los Angeles. Why are you hating on New York City? Listen, we do what we want to do here. If we feel Mandami would be a good mayor, he's going to be mayor. Stop it. Don't you worry about us.
Who said
We're
that?
over here just minding our business.
Who said that?
I was in Shuki's room this morning. They're like, they were saying that the.
Why are you in Shuki's room? Shuki of all people?
No, I just saw the title. I just muted.
Did he sing the song to you?
No, I don't go up on the panel. I was just trolling them in the public thing.
So Pay is not known for sex trafficking. It's actually known for its relaxed expat, sort of like party vibe. But on the border there, it's known for forcing sex trafficking on what they call the hill tribes. So that's that's interesting. But they maybe moved to this area, this town. It's a city or a town to be more away from or more secluded from the rest of the cities and main Thailand area. It's supposed to be a very nice town.
So, hey, what's up, Ray? Welcome, and what's up, Josh?
It was good.
Relate to, I don't think he would want to start a war again. I mean, would he violate the ceasefire? Because you're messing with a sovereign nation. You're not messing with, the resistant forces or whatnot. I don't know. Would he? Or could he?
No, you're talking about Netanyahu?
Yeah. Would he attack? Would he violate the ceasefire?
At this point in time, Amir, he doesn't care about Israel or the Israelis or anything. He needs to survive. So.
And I know, but in relate to Iran, it's a sovereign nation. Iran is capable of shooting rockets. If they keep on shooting missiles, Israel, another 500 or 1,000 missiles would be finished.
Yeah, but then the missiles will be replenished by the US. So there is a report that Israel incurred a total loss of, they estimate that the total loss that Israel incurred in terms of the hit on the buildings and so on is about $3 billion. So, but that does not include the weapons, the munitions and the weapons and the bombs, because they were literally given free of cost to Israel. So they do not even take that into consideration. So so basically they have no, they don't have to hesitate about spending their weapons because they are getting it literally free of cost from the
I think
US.
that's why Trump doesn't want it to be their cost. They spent 800 million in THAAD missiles in 12 days.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Trump doesn't want to give them any more missiles, any more THAAD missiles. Look at how expensive.
Israel. No more.
800 million in 12 days. That's fucking crazy.
Crazy.
Wednesday, that's why your man Mamdani is being opposed because he's vociferous against Israel against arms and aid being given to Israel.
But yeah,
You know what,
I think he's also a Shia, right? You know.
Yeah, I know.
So I guess just by default, I guess he's supporting Iran.
Who, Mamdani?
Well, yeah, he's a Shia.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know if if he supports. Yeah, I know he's a Shia. His father is a Shia. His mother is a Hindu from India, and I think he practices Shia Islam. Okay, and I admire him, man. I mean, I admire Iran. The only Muslim country today that I admire is Iran, even though I am not Shia. And I admire Mamdani.
I do too. So he has a good chance of winning. If you look at the stats, since 1967, New York City only had 2 Republican mayors. So he has a really good chance of winning. They're gonna do a lot of and yeah, I mean, there's a Jewish population there, but it's not all. They make it seem as if they're all of New York City. I mean, New York City is 8.8 million, and they don't hold the majority in New York City. They don't. They pretend like they do, but they don't.
But the Zionist lobby is really petrified that this guy will become the mayor. So they are now trying to get, this guy, this Jewish billionaire, Bill Ackman. They want him to run for mayor now because they don't think that the present mayor, Eric Adams, who is also running as an independent, he will be able to beat Mamdani. So.
Thank you very much, Christina. We definitely appreciate you there at the Baker News, and so I just wanted to put that out there. Someone else has their mic over their head. Oh, my girl Lauren said that there she all right, and my girl Lauren. Shout out to my girl Lauren, guys. Shout out to Lauren. Yo, Lauren, that's my girl. So once again.
And Bernie Sanders.
But they're trying to throw so many things at him now. Yesterday I was reading a tweet. Somebody was saying that the process of his, naturalization into U.S. citizenship was faulty. So he should be expelled from the U.S. A lot of things are being thrown at him. Yeah.
If that was the case, then she couldn't have been a representative of a district in Queens.
But
they check that all out before he becomes a representative.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but these people just want to spread.
The thing is that they keep on like he's Muslim. He's just, I don't think they realize how many Muslims are in New York City. I really don't think that. So them saying, "Oh, he's Muslims," and try to make it as if it's the bad thing. We mostly grew up with Muslims.
But I think you're.
Most of the candy stores are owned by Muslims.
You're lost in the. You're just like the lost little puppy or something.
Give me a bacon, egg, and cheese. Yo,
Projection.
Aki, yo, Aki, how's your day? You know. So they're making it seem as if we're supposed to be scared of Muslims. We're not. The mainstream media don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's what they do. They're stuck on like 20 years ago. And keep on being Islamophobic. Look at the stats. Google how many Muslims are in New York City.
Just to respond to Igal, who has written that Mamdani is opposed to the existence of Israel. No, Mamdani, I heard his speech in the debate. He says that he is not against the existence of Israel as a state, but he is against what Israel does to the population of Palestine, to the Palestinians. He is also against U.S. blindly supporting Israel in all its wars. He is also against U.S. money being sent to Israel without conditions and unlimited quantities of money being sent to Israel. He is also